Executive Ted Rumley in the studio with us. It's Thursday, and that's when we get to talk about county government. We'll start this morning with the weather overnight. We did not get the amount of possible damage. I guess the up to 4 inches of rain that they were forecasting, but we did have some damage overnight. And we've still got some power lines down because of some trees.
That's true. We had actually Georgia Power talked to them just a little while ago. They called me and they've still got about 1,500 people out in the New Salem area, that whole area out there, and they're saying it's because of what they call that the Cloudland Canyon connector is what they're on their grid. But they're working, and they said it could be up to 2 to 4 hours before that, maybe not much longer before that's back on. But there's a lot of people. That's practically the whole top of the mountain there, and all the way down there in New Salem area. So I just have to bear with them on that. But that's due to trees being down, cross lines, and transformers blown on it. So they are working on it though as we speak. Yeah.
Well, that is good news. Speaking of New Salem, looks like the county is going to be moving out of the Lookout Lake Dam project. Get that.
Yeah, we just all we like is our guardrail should be in there today or Monday, and we'll be driving some guardrail out there next week, and just got one side there to dress up a little bit, and then we'll be able to open that road back up, and then we'll be ready for our final inspection from the state of Georgia, to get that signed off. But that really looks good if you've not been by there.
And the rain started to fill it up again.
Oh, it is. It's come back up. It came back up about 1.5 feet last night from the time it started raining, according to this morning, and so that's good. It's not going to be any problem in the water, getting the water back. That's better than it happening in the dead of summer, in August. It would be without rain for, several weeks and it drying up. But it's went pretty good. We've had, like I've said before, the weather's really worked with us on it. And it's been a pretty good project. And of course, our next project, like I said, we're moving from there. We'll be on County Road 6. That'll be a little more challenging project, but we've got to get on that. And we hate to start it right here, at winter, but we had to get that. We were under a timeline out there on the Lookout Lake, but we've got to get in there and get County Road 6 fixed. And we could patch it and get by with another 3 or 4 weeks or a month, but we need to get in there and get it fixed and be done with it like we did at the top up there. And that, and then of course Billy, he likes just a day or two on our normal LeMig paving, we call it. I think we've got 2 or 3 short roads maybe left, and he would have finished them by today had it not rained. But that won't take that long to do that, so we'll wipe that out and get that done. But all in all, we're getting, I guess you'd say, getting ready to go into winter, because from what I understand, whether we're going to have a change in weather after this week or the next week, and we probably won't be seeing.
By Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah.
by Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday morning, we're going to be down close to freezing. We probably won't have a complete hard freeze for a good. Patrick was telling me yesterday that we can see, we're going to see 32, 34, 35 degrees coming up next Monday and Tuesday, but not anything that is going to be a hard freeze for a while.
Yeah, that is, it's that time. It's time to, here we are, be Thanksgiving before we know it, and then Christmas, and so it's time. We're due, and just we got our, of course, our Christmas parade coming up. You've talked about that. That's great.
Yeah,
do that.
We're tickled that they were able to get all that worked out.
Yeah, I am too. And veterans, of course, they'll have their parade there, and we're proud of that. And trying to get back to some type of norm, even though our numbers keep going up and going up. We have to move on. If possible, but we still got to be careful with our, our distancing and our and wearing our mask, and try to do all we can to combat this stuff. But it's just it's a day we're living in. It's just we're in a different time now. We have to think different when we get up in the morning, when we leave, when we get home at night.
One of the things we probably hadn't talked about, and of course it really didn't have anything to do with county government, but I've been really encouraged the way the school system has handled the COVID throughout they were able to go back. They've had some sports teams that were on quarantine. They've had some individual students that were on quarantine. They've had some students that test positive. They had some a staff that's tested, but they've been able to get through.
That's
that,
right. They handled it. They just took care of it and moved on.
I think that's good for. It's good for this area that they've been able to do that, and pretty much all of the schools have been able to.
They
do
have,
that, you know.
But none
of them around our area have had to stop their routine.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, nothing's routine now, but at least they're what they set out to do as a return to school. They've been doing it well.
It's just it takes teamwork, you know, and that really they've really shown that for sure, you know, during this, because this is a kind of when you have an issue like this, or a pandemic or whatever, or any type of an emergency like this, it shows you really leadership, you know, and working together what it can happen. And so I know we're proud of them. I mean, and I think most of the people in the county we're very proud of them, you know. But
and speaking of that, they're out today not because of the pandemic, but because of the proposed potential weather that we were going to have right at the early morning hours. I know Jackson at the Cab, they delayed 3 hours. They're just now running their buses. Dade, Walker decided to not have school at all, and because of the potential problems they may have encountered. A lot of people realize these buses are out, you know, in the 6 o'clock hour, way before sunup, and you know, if you got trees and limbs and debris in the road from an overnight 40-50 mile an hour wind, you don't know what you encounter.
That's true. But we got a good group over there, and we're proud of them. Well, everyone in the county really has been working. I mean, I know our numbers keep going up, but you know, I see it at, you know, at businesses. I see it at funerals. I see it, people are doing their best to try to fight this thing off, and that's what it's going to take. You know, it looks like, until we can get
till we can get to a vaccine.
That's right.
And then also the therapeutics that, you know, the medical way that they treat this now is completely different than what they treated it in March and April, because they didn't have a lot of data now. And you see, even though the testing continues to go at rapid rates, and the amount of positives are coming back higher and higher, but the way they treat this, and hospitalizations, and folks that are actually getting really, really sick, that they continue to have more of a handle on it today than they did 6 months ago.
That's true.
And that's good. Now, the next thing, and of course you and I are sitting here talking about, you know, the having the vaccine, but how many people are going to be ready to take a vaccine?
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
that'll be a whole nother question.
They're not going to be taking the vaccine.
That's true.
So I don't know how that's going to.
And that's their choice. I mean, that's something, you know, you're not going to be forced to do it, I'm sure, you know. And that'll be a whole nother question, you know. People have to really think about it, and but that's using your own judgment, you know. I mean, you know, I don't know. There's not an answer to that. We'll just have to see when it does happen. I just hope it happens soon. And I wish we had that choice today, though. I mean,
well, that is true. Now, we might want to add, because there's a lot of folks that are listening and watching this morning, is the fact that they are encouraging, the government and also the health professionals are encouraging you to go ahead and take a flu vaccine that we do have. And go ahead and get that done, because they don't want to spike in flu as well as having to deal with the COVID. Because, you know, a lot of it has the same symptoms.
That's
you know,
true.
So you got to figure out, you can't just say, well, I got the flu, or I've got a bad cold, because, I mean, you know, it's, but anyway, they're encouraging everybody, and that flu vaccine is already available.
Oh, yeah. And I think the new vaccine that we have out now, it's like 90+%, you know, potent as far as fighting the flu. Before, from what I understand, years ago, like a 60-40, and I think it's really they've come a long way on the flu vaccine itself.
Absolutely. Well, less than actually 1 week from today, you'll be having the November meeting. I noticed. I did not get to see it, but I did get notification yesterday. The agenda's out. Anything major that the county's going to be facing as it heads into this quarter? I know
the major thing we've got going right now is the ambulance service, getting this thing worked out with the provider that we choose to go with, and have it all ready to go come February. You know, January when it ends, and we're working almost daily on that. You know, Alex and myself and some other people. We had it's just very critical, very important, but things look really good, and so I feel good about it, and we'll be
taking the recommendation to the commissioners next week?
Well, we'll be taking the recommendations of that particular group and then we will be working on the contract, the actual fundamental. That's right. After they agree,
the other four vote on it. Now,
exactly
we will say that, of course, it made news again this past week that Walker County has already signed the contract with the upcoming provider, which is going to be Memorial.
That's right.
And they're working on a deadline similar to what Dade is, because Puckett's going to be leaving the provider at the end of January.
That's right. That's exactly.
I guess the clock is ticking. So
it is, and we're not taking it lightly. We're making it. We're doing our part of it, and so I feel good about it so far. And we will be talking about that and be voting on whether to go through who to go through with the actual contract process. But that's one thing. I mean, as far as that's the biggest thing that's going to be really on the agenda. I think we may have a board appointment or two or something like that, but other than that, it's not really not a lot on the agenda. But I did want to mention too. This is going away from that, but I mean that's pretty well cut and dry. And as you said, that is next Thursday. That's November's on us. It's hard to believe, but it is to say it's our November meeting. But
Halloween Saturday night.
I know it's Saturday night, but did want to give a little report real quick on how much time we got on the Tractor Supply. They're finishing up on the demolition over there. The next phase of that is going to be the erosion people. They have a whole different company come in and do that because of that stream, especially. All that'll be put up first. It'll probably take them a week on that, maybe less, and then they can begin on the actual construction of the building and the road and all that over there. So it's on schedule. Right now everything's going good. Another thing, good news. We've got Alex and I have been working ever since Fred's building has shut down. We've been working with the owners. They had it in a real estate company. They pulled it out of the real estate company. I've had a set of keys there since the day one. They left, in case we, could show. I've showed it to several people, several different groups of people. I did get a call on Monday evening about 6 o'clock from the owners that they did sign a contract for that purchase that property. Now they could not tell me what exactly is going in there. They would not tell me. I asked them, but the actual people that have bought it are representatives for several major retail groups. So they do have a contract. Now hopefully, when that happens, you've got, I guess it usually takes 30, 60 days to do that, but they were real positive about it, and so that's really good news. So hopefully, by after the first of the year, I'm sure you'll see something go in Fred's, and it'll be something really good for Dade County and good for the city of Trenton. So Alex and I are really proud of that. That's we spent a lot of time and it's just a kind of sitting there. It's just a kind of not an eyesore, but it just looks bad to have a business like that, especially a nice business like that sitting there empty. So we'll have Tractor Supply, and then we get that building back, and we've got some other things we're working on too, and after the first of the year, and so hopefully you'll start seeing things coming back.
Well, we definitely got talking about the progress that Dade County has made in all of North Georgia. Dade County setting right now the lowest unemployment of any county in the 16-county region. Folks have went back to work. The economy seems to be going great here. We just got the job news, and a 33% increase in GDP. I think Fox News was just reporting on that. So the economy nationwide is really coming back, but in Dade County, 3.2% unemployment rate. That's
right. We've been in the top 3 for several years, but and we've been number 1. A few times, but this time, that's really big to say that, to actually be able to claim
and the best part about it, Commissioner, is the fact that everywhere you go, you see Help Wanted sign.
That's true.
So when people are, we need folks to go to work.
That's right.
I mean,
and if you want a job, you can find a job.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, you might not be what you exactly want to be doing, but you can find a job. But I always, I do like to brag on our government officials. I mean, I'm talking about all of them, the sheriff, they're probate, from a probate judge to the sheriff to the Superior Court judge, all of our constitutional officers, all of our people that actually spend your money that you pay in tax dollars. And we've got really a good group. And our commissioners, I brag on them all the time because they do things you don't even realize, And in fact, our government, we are, county executive type government. But if you look back in the 5 years, 6, 8 years, there's governments in this state that have modeled their government off of our government because they see how things are working here. I mean, that's just a fact. You can look at Walker County.
Walker County's five-member commission is exactly like that.
I spent a lot of time with them. When they were trying to put this together, went over and spoke a couple of times. Robert went with me, and and they had a tremendous amount of questions, and we had the answers for them, and they, and so it's not just that, but in our 15 county Northwest Georgia region, they look at us, as one of the leaders in Northwest Georgia, today, and that's good. That's a good thing, and and it's something to be proud of, and I know we are as a government, and we've kept our taxes down. We want to actually, I don't even remember what that it was. We were number 3, I think, in the whole state of Georgia,
right?
Of the lowest tax
for the efficiency of the tax dollars for schools and local county government.
Yeah, and that's out of the whole state of Georgia. That's not just in the Northwest 15 counties. That's in the whole state of Georgia, every county. So, that doesn't happen overnight, and you got to realize that, and plus, not only that, but we've kept our tax rate, our millage rate down, and we're in the top, I think, 3 of that too, or top 5, and so, anyways, Dade County's a good place to live. I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, some people just can't admit that, but that's their problem. I can't help that. But all in all, if you just look around you, you need to kiss the ground here in Dade County and be glad that you live where you live at. I know I do.
Well, it's definitely we've had in the midst of this pandemic, Dade County has been able to come as far as jobs and availability for, like you say, it may not be the job that you're used to, or maybe not the job that you would like to have, but there's definitely a lot of jobs out there.
They are. They really are.
That is for sure, and that is some great news that the economy and the jobs and the availability of jobs have rebounded as quickly as it had. Because during the summertime, our unemployment rate went up to 11 or 12%. I forget exactly the top number. Now we're back below what it was pre-COVID.
That's true.
So there's more people working today than there were before back in January and February.
Exactly.
So I mean, that is a testament to the manufacturing industry and the economy seems to be really. And
we're fortunate to live here, and we've got a really good industrial group down there. And we stayed open through the pandemic, but also we're fortunate to be right here on a tri-state area here that we're joining a metropolitan area like Chattanooga, and that gives you a lot of choices where a lot of people in central Georgia don't have that. You may have two mills or 2 places you can work in a 50-mile radius. So that's another reason too. But it's all in all, it's good. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. I think I've got everything covered I wanted to today. Do what?
Yeah, they still got
tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow till 2 o'clock.
On early voting. That's right. Tomorrow's the last day you can vote on early voting, and then the big day is Tuesday. Yeah.
That's right. How do they get in touch with you, Commissioner?
It's 423-667-8999. That's my cell, and the office number is 657-4625. And as always, you can call anytime if you got any questions. We'll try to help you any way possible we can. As all the commissioners, we're easy to talk to, easy to find. So we appreciate everyone working with us.
Well, thank you a lot, Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. Always comes into the studio on Thursday morning, talk with us about county government. We certainly do appreciate him coming in and being a part.
And today at 3, I forgot that. Today at 3 o'clock we do have our update. That's right. Every
at 3 o'clock.
That's right.
That's the Facebook update, and I think you're going to have somebody from the audit.
We are, yeah.
Your audit,
our auditors there.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you very much, and we will. We'll be talking with you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Dade County Executive Ted Rumley in the studio.